destroy my world! Alright, what is going on, guys? Today we have another Marvel Rivals video for you today. And today I wanted to talk about something that honestly is my favorite subject to talk about. And that is the balancing, right? In this video in particular, I want to talk about Black Cat. I made a video before about Cloak and Dagger and why her team up is stupid. And that is in the nicest way I could possibly say it. In this video, I want to talk about Black Cat. There's currently a debate going on about Dive. Dive not being as strong, Hulk Slot being too strong, and the cycle, the holy trinity of, Hulk beats Dive, Dive beats whatever, so on and so forth. That's not particularly what I wanted to talk about here in this video. I mainly just wanted to throw that out there because that's kind of like the vibe that the community is kind of just talking about as of late. In this video in particular, I want to specifically talk about Black Cat and just how weird the Marvel Rivals developers are when it comes to balancing in general, because it's really weird that these developers just cannot make up their minds on what exactly they want to do with some of these characters. A lot of characters, they tend to just outright kill. I'm looking at you, Devil Dinosaur. Bro didn't even last a month. Bro came out and then they killed him, and that's it. His team ups, they're not that crazy. Maybe if it get buffed, maybe it'll become a little bit more viable. But then you have characters like BP who were extraordinarily weak, and then with this team up, season 9, he is borderline in limbo. He's either the most broken character in the game or the worst character in the game, right? Black Cat, on the other hand, is kind of going back and forth. She came out really strong. She's a really difficult character to play at the time. Most people played her, and the general consensus was she's really, she has potential, but she's difficult to play. I'm gonna just go back to playing Bucky, right? That's kind of like the general consensus. You would see a Cat player, you kill them once or twice, they get frustrated, they swap, okay? Then it turns out Black Cat's actually really broken. But by the time people were starting to kind of realize this fact, Marvel Rivals came in and they completely obliterated her kit. She became borderline the worst DPS in the game. You could not play Black Cat. She was straight up useless, unplayable, and just really unplayable, really. And then season 9 came out. A lot of things happened in season 9. I personally called it Marvel Rivals 2, and a lot of people also have called it that as well, for many reasons, not just the team ups. That was one of the major things, but of course there was also balancing on top of that. We got a Widow rework, which is, great. I'll make a video about her probably next time. Insane. We got Jubilee, and on top of that, there was just a lot of things with Marvel Rivals at the time where we for me personally, I thought the game was very close to achieving perfection, or just overall a very good balancing state. And then when all they had to do was nerf Cyclops just a little bit, they came in and they released season 9. And the reason I mentioned season 9 is because Black Cat went from broken to borderline unplayable, not even borderline, just straight up unplayable, to then becoming the absolute monster character ever. I know that Elsa is probably the strongest DPS in the game. She's really good. She's a really strong anti-dive character. Probably in some instances better than Namor. However, it's more so a conversation about the design philosophy behind characters like Cat and BP. But in this video, we'll mainly talk about Cat and how they just don't know what to do with her. She's a complex character. Not everyone can just pick her up and then just, run through the lobby. However, most people, if you're, Grandmaster, Celestial, and up, you'll come to the quick realization that Cat is this weird character that has really annoying mechanics to play against. It's just really odd that the character can just pretty much stay permanently invisible. Even if you shoot her, you see her silhouette, but she doesn't break invisibility. And that's not even the craziest part. The craziest part is that they upped up her money capacity so that she can carry more money. More money means that you get to spam your abilities more often. No cooldowns, by the way. Your invisibility is the only ability most people use. They don't use anything else. They don't use the portal. They don't use the grounded AoE ability. They don't use the fireball that tracks people. People don't use the cleanse. Am I missing something else? I don't know. Most people solely use the invisibility. It keeps you invisible, gives you a movement speed buff, and there's no cooldowns. On top of that, and that's just the balancing side of things. That's simply just the balancing side. I haven't even talked about the team up, which in this case, I'm mainly going to only talk about the Spider-Man team up because let's be honest, that's pretty much the only team up you really need. It just enhances your gameplay right? Her team up with Spider-Man basically gives her 2 charges of the snatch, the money steal ability, and it leaves a mark on the enemy, kind of like Spider-Man. Spider-Man, if he shoots his web at somebody and it hits, it'll have this like tracker on them, and then when Spider-Man does a damaging ability on that person, it does bonus damage for that one instance. Cat has that same property. You do the snatch, you steal money, whoever you steal money from gets this like spider web tracker, and then your first instance of damage does bonus damage. Cat has this really annoying iframe ability that also does damage. You're invincible, you're immune to CC, you're immune to damage, and on top of that, the range is pretty nuts. It's pretty nuts, right? Unlike characters like Star-Lord and what's her name? Magic, sorry. Unlike those characters have iframes as well, but they're mainly just like, you know, they're just like survivability, right? Like it's just an iframe where they are, for a split second, they are immune to damage, immune to CC, you know, you can dodge damage, and that's it. That's all it does. With Cat, not only are you dodging damage, but you're also doing damage as well. And this weird team up can also be comboed with your iframe ability. You steal money, you become permanently invisible. You're permanently invisible. That's how most Cat players play. They play in a high ground. They come down, they do your combo, you know, you do the snatch, money snatch, put a tracker on you, get a couple hits on you, do the iframe, and then you're dead, right? The range is crazy, and quite honestly, it's very effective. The team up in and of itself is really strong, and I know that she only has one role, right? Like one dash ability, right? But they did buff her with this season, stat-wise, and they also gave her a pretty like strong team up. So what's the problem? Well, the problem is that she's this very weird character that's just simply not fun to play against, right? Because yeah, you could probably play no more, but you know, it's just really strong. How is it that Spider-Man can't do this crazy level of, you know, ridiculousness, right? Even someone like Black Panther has direct counters, which is kind of why it's kind of like, yeah, it sucks that his design is just based around one-shotting you as fast as possible, and the team up isn't really necessarily anything a skill ability. It's just an extra ability you do to place the marks and to do damage, right? Cat is it's just weird, man. Like, how is it that this character went from being extremely strong to utterly useless to now utterly strong again? It's like, I don't understand what it is that they're trying to do with this character. I think this character needs a nerf. I don't think she needs to be like anything too crazy of a nerf, because she is a dive, and dive right now, I would say, compared to poke, dive is kind of like slightly below poke, right, in terms of like effectiveness. They have their usages for sure, but I would say that poke for the most part is strong. Like, that's just kind of how I feel. I think all they really need to do in terms of balancing is probably just have cooldowns. Just have cooldowns on her abilities where she can't just spam invisibility all the goddamn time. Maybe add a second extra cooldown on the iframe as well. That iframe is cheap as hell, right? It's a cheap trick. And I don't know, like, she's a really annoying character to deal with, right? It's not like Magic, where Magic has a consistent way to track her, and you know, it's kind of, you know, it's a skill ability, right? Like, there's risks using it. And Star-Lord, they got rid of his, I believe it was 25 shields, because he used to get 25 shields or 25 health, bonus health whenever you do a flip, right? They got rid of it. So now it's kind of like, you know, it's just an iframe. With Cat, it's not just an iframe. It's a long range melee damage ability, in which during its duration you're just straight up immune to damage. So I think there are ways that this character can get balanced without completely breaking her again, right? It's like we're going up, down, right? I understand that Black Cat is probably the only strong viable dive character in the game. However, I think that the design for a lot of these characters is just kind of weird. Like, why is Black Cat permanently invisible? You might as well not even have a model for her. Might as well just make her permanently, like, you know, invisible. Like, I don't know. But yeah, guys, let me know what you guys think. I would highly appreciate if you guys subscribe and leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. But I personally believe that she needs a nerf, a cooldown nerf, mind you. Damage, I mean, I think, I don't know. Maybe the damage can stay, but I think the whole spamming the fucking store and having permanent invisibility is just whack. Also, the iframe shit is really annoying. Doesn't help that the team up with Spider-Man just enhances that playstyle as well. And yeah, but I mean, that's pretty much it, guys. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys next time.